Hey guys, thanks for checking out my Tome Cemetery layout video here. This, of course, is the companion post to the Ghost of Tome Cemetery entry that I put up a couple days ago. And you're looking at the entrance here. This is a gateway to drive through into Tome Cemetery. I do apologize here for some quick camera work that's coming up. I couldn't really see my LCD screen yesterday as I was filming this because the sun was hitting it, and I didn't realize how fast I was panning, unfortunately. Now you can see it's quite a distance from driving through that gate up to the first row of tombstones in here. Off to the left side here, where I'm headed now as I zoom in a little bit, that's where we saw I saw the first lady. She was walking somewhere out there amidst those crosses. That's the middle section there where we saw the second lady. And then bringing it back over here, you'll get a shot of what the fence looks like on the perimeter on the south end and the north end of the cemetery as well. The east and west end are adobe walls, and the north and south end have barbed wire at the top of the fence. Now up in here, I've advanced back deeper into the cemetery. This is about the center, what I consider to be the center. And this is the position that I was in and my mom, we were both in when we glanced back to look for the lady. And she was there, and then she wasn't, just about 10 or 12 steps later. Now I'm going to pause it right in here, right where I've circled here coming up. That was where she was at, by that bush. Of course, there is this statue back here. It's not really that tall, of the Virgin Mary, but that was not what we were seeing. This was definitely, it didn't look like a person walking through the cemetery, of course. You can see if you look off here, as I swing back around now, you're going to see the back end of the cemetery where the older tombstones are at. There is a section back there for people that have been cremated, but primarily it's the older section. I would imagine there's a lot of unmarked graves in here as well. So come back around, you'll see a cross, in fact, that's just been hanging off of the fence for quite some time there, that probably used to be a marker and is no longer in the proper position. And once again, I come back down here. You'll see someone walking down there a little bit. That's my mom. She's actually about in the position where the lady was at. She's just on the back side of the bush there. There is this little memorial house that's been set up here. It's not a mausoleum, and there aren't any mausoleums, as I was saying in my entry, in this cemetery whatsoever. But that little memorial house was actually padlocked on the outside, and still is. But it was padlocked that day as I was looking for the woman. When I was searching the entire cemetery, there was no way anybody went in there because it was locked from the outside. So if you look off here in the distance, you'll see the gate, the gated entrance down there. Again, you can see it's quite a little trek down to it from this section of the cemetery. And this was where she was last seen, very preoccupied, same thing, going from headstone to headstone pretty quickly, checking everything out. I searched in all those trees. At a distance, there is shadow there, but when you get up on it, the branches aren't very thick, and you can actually see in between everything. So, and then I'll just get a zoom here on the gate so you can get a rough idea. And that's it. That's just a quick tour there so you guys can see what was going on. As you can tell, our cemeteries here in New Mexico, they look like they've come straight out of the pages or the screen of a spaghetti western. It reminds me of watching something with Clint Eastwood in it. If it weren't for all the telephone poles and things like that, it would look like the Old West. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and thanks for joining me.